Hello and welcome. Today, I'm excited to introduce you to our company's web application that enables you to create layouts for your departure boards. As we all know, displaying accurate and up-to-date information for passengers is crucial in transportation hubs such as airports, train stations, and bus terminals. Our web application has been designed to simplify the process of creating, customizing, and updating the layout of departure boards, making it easier for you to communicate essential information to your passengers. In this video, I'll be giving you an overview of the key features of our web application, how it works, and how it can help you improve your passengers' experience. Whether you're a small regional airport or a large international transportation hub, our web application can help you create professional-looking departure boards that are easy to update and manage. So let's dive in and explore our web application together. On the screen right now, you can see the finished layout that we're going to build together in this video, and I'll explain to you every necessary step to reach that goal. As you can see, we're using a very different website from the ones that have been supplied to us. This is due to a technical incompatibility, which is being worked on right now as we speak. However, this doesn't change anything about the way that this is being set up. On the very left side, you can see a website. Right next to it, there's the same website again. Right next to that, on the top, there's a little space for a video that is actually playing. And below that, a clock that is actually working. Right next to that, on the very right side, there's the same website again. However, it's scaled down a little bit so it fits into the space. Our starting position will be this right here. As you can see, we have the white display with the first website that's on the very left. This preview is showing you the current state of the display that we're working on. If we want to adjust the layout, we have to open up the dashboard, click on Service, select the device, and click on Import Config Set. Type in a name and hit Enter. We can see the config set is being downloaded now. And you can find it right here on Service and Config Sets. Double click the config set. We will start by opening up the widgets folder. Right here you can see the file called web1. It has a URL given right here, pointing to the website that we want to display. So this file is responsible for the website that is being displayed. Make sure to save this as a template so you can copy and paste this file in order to have multiple websites with different URLs. We'll just call it widget web. Once we have saved this template, we can right click on widgets, click on add from templates, select the template and press OK. Since we have 3 different widgets that display a website, we basically have to repeat that step again. So now that I've copied this widget the second time, I'm gonna call it web3 to give it a unique name. The next step is to open up the layers folder. Double click on web and we can see the following information. The web1 widget starts at position x0, y0, has a width of 3840 and 2160 height in pixels. So what we have to do now is we can copy the name, adjust it, take the width for the new web widget because we don't want it to be stacked on top of each other. We have to adjust the x coordinate at which it starts. In this case, we'll take the same width and make it start there. It should start at the very top, has the same width and also the same height. Be sure to click somewhere outside here and then click Save. Now, let's see how our changes affect our display. Click on Devices, select the device, select the config set, choose Video, and press OK. Now, we have to click on Upload config set. Here we can check which files should be uploaded and which not. In our case, we'll just choose everything and make sure to click on Activate config. Now we click Upload. Once that's done, we can click on Screenshot to see what the device is actually displaying right now. As expected, we have created the second web widget at the very end of the first one, so right next to it. The next two things that we're going to add is the video here and the clock right below it. Again, click on config sets, double click video, and this time we have to open up the layers file. Here, to add the video, we have to click on the plus, type in media. We have to choose where the media file starts. At this point, we can calculate the starting position by adding the width of the two widgets we have already created. In this case, it's 7,680. We want it to start at Y level 0, give it a Z position of 2, which is the position in the layers, meaning that a higher number is stacked on top of any layer that has a lower number. It isn't too important for our case right now because none of the layers are gonna overlay here. However, we'll just fill it in with a 2. We'll give it a total width that it is allowed to occupy. In this case, 1920 pixels, and give it a height of 1080 pixels. Just like the other layers, we'll give it a transparent. And for this case, we give it a switch called media. The next thing that we want to add is the clock. In this case, we have to click on the plus again, type in clock, give it a width of 7,680 pixels as the starting position, and because we want this clock to start below our media layer, we'll give it a total height or starting height of 1080 pixels. Type in 1 here, type in the same width and the same height, make the background transparent, and we'll give it the switch always. So now be sure to click outside and click save. Now let's check again how our changes affect our display. Click on devices, select the display, select the config set. You can also double click it like I have just done. Click on upload and upload again. Once you have finished uploading the config set, click on screenshot again. Here we can see the second website. Up here is the video playing and below the clock. So there's just one more step remaining to finish your layout. Open up the config sets, Double click on video. Open up the layers and double click on web. Add another widget. This time it's the web widget 3. Give it an X starting position of 9600. Starting position Y will be 0, so meaning on the very top. This time we have less space, actually half the width of the other two web widgets. So we will need to give it 1920 pixels. Again, 2160 pixels to fill the whole website from top to bottom. Click somewhere outside, click on Save, click on Devices, select the display, select the config set, double click on Video, click Upload config set, and click Upload. Once you're finished uploading the config set, click on Screenshot again. Here we can see the finished product. This is the actual layout like we've seen at the very beginning. As you can see, it is refreshing every 10 seconds. You can see the changes on the clock and the video is also changing, telling you that it's actually working as intended.